Alright folks, welcome back here to the Techlabs Cup 2014 Road to Moscow for the LAN Finals. Thank you for joining us here for the qualifying rounds. It is Next.kz versus Insane. Thank you for joining us once again. My name is Mont. With me is What Is Hip. How are you, Greg?
Doing great, man. Had a nice little break. I went and made some food, and it was wonderful.
Yeah,
all I could have hoped for.
We had like a 2-hour long break between this series and the last, which of course was Virtus Pro versus Ahead, and we just spent time talking in chat, getting food, waiting for the longest time. Then Steam went down. We're like, well, looks like we're going to be late again, despite having a 2-hour break. So our apologies. We're here now, though. Best of 3 series. For those of you wondering, Next.kz took down the Retry 2-0, and Insane took down Power Rangers 2-1. So this is the winner bracket semifinals. Winner will move on to the winner bracket finals, and the winner of that series will go on to the LAN finals in Moscow, Russia. So a lot at stake here. $20,000 prize pool, obviously, for the Techlabs Cups 2014 in Moscow, Russia. Enough about that, though. We got the draft underway with Next.kz banning out the Ember Spirit, the Invoker going for Insane, and not really surprising considering how much these two heroes are played.
Yeah, those are just some bans now that you're just like, well, I guess I don't really want to play against it. The Invoker is so strong now, and Quas Xord is actually still pretty good. A lot of the Korean teams are still playing Quas Xord. I haven't seen it nearly as much in the West, but there are a couple teams that still do it, and the hero just has a lot of versatility depending on how you build your lineup. Quas X obviously preferred right now. A lot of people think it might be a little bit imbalanced, but just such a strong hero. I mean, there's not really any great answer to him. You can play really aggressive on him early, and it's okay, but usually he'll figure out a way to make something happen.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is right here, what we're seeing with these picks is the flavor, I think, of the month right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like, Batrider, like a couple months ago, everyone's like, nah, the range thing on the lasso, not good anymore, not a good hero, nope, not playing him. And then all of a sudden he gets picked up like every game, starting like the last couple of weeks. And then since our War Runner as an offlaner, people were like, oh, this hero is actually like unkillable. It's going to be impossible to kill this guy. So 2 heroes, plus I guess the Dazzle, which we already talked about in the last series, where, you know, I mean, it just makes sense.
I think he's going to stay, though. I think Dazzle is a little bit better than both these heroes.
Yeah.
Maybe Bat will always have like niche lineups, but I think pretty soon we'll probably stop seeing him so early. I mean, there's a lot of supports that can kind of just deal with him. Like Shadow Shaman is really popular lately, and if he just goes in on one of your teammates, you just hex him, and he can't really do that much. So
yeah,
it's pretty good. But I mean, Centaur is basically like a bristleback, but then you just add a stun and more damage. So I mean, I can understand why teams tend to like him. He's not quite as tanky as bristleback, obviously, because he doesn't have the passive, but you know, sort of along the same lines. Although he doesn't really have any armor early, so sometimes you can just kill him.
I was actually surprised when he came into the scene, like when he first got added to the captain's mode. I was like surprised we didn't see him more often, because Statement was just it's pretty good, I think, in its own right. It's not as good as it used to be. You remember when it used to stun? That was imbalanced as shit. Yeah, but it's still pretty good. Bane comes out for Insane right now, and that's I think a strong pickup against really anybody. And I mean, Mixer, like you're not going to go for a Lifestealer now. I think for your Next.kz, you're not going to pick a Lifestealer into a Bane. You're not going to pick any hero that like.
5 seconds.
You're not going to pick a carry like a Lifestealer along those same lines. And Feeble's going to be really nice for Bane. Obviously, Fiend's Grip for any BKB carrier. So Bane like has that lockdown ability. He's good at roaming as well. Doesn't really provide that much in a team fight other than the Fiend's Grip, but still very strong, I think.
Just great isolation, and definitely, like you were saying, I mean, I think the biggest thing about Bane is it really kind of limits the heroes that you can pick, and it also sort of forces out some bans usually. I mean, if someone picks up a Bane, unless you're planning on taking a Mirana, you're not forced into banning it, but a lot of the times you're going to want to anyway, just because that dual lane is so stupidly strong. Like, no matter what your hero is, it's pretty much almost, unless you play unbelievably conservatively and have no interest in getting last hits or experience, like, you're gonna die. Like, at some point, you're gonna die. It's just how it works.
Unless you don't want to play Dota.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, that's it. That's the caveat there.
Unless you're interested in literally doing nothing the whole game, then you're probably gonna die to that lane. But they choose to ban out the Nyx instead, which is still okay, especially when coupled with the Batrider. I actually really like that ban.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin's more often than not used as the offlane hero, which is kind of the role that the Batrider fills nowadays, so I'm kind of surprised they do go for that ban. Nonetheless, it's still fine. I mean, I guess it makes sense either way, because Bane plus a Nyx Assassin, even as supports, are fine. They do have that option to go for Mirana. We'll see if Next.kz wants to pick it up. They don't really have anything to combo up with it. A Dazzle Slow, maybe. They're going to go for the Io, though. Io Centaur is, I think, a pretty strong, like, two heroes together. It's disgusting, actually.
Yeah, it can have a lot of damage. The stun is good, and that's the biggest thing you look for in someone to travel around with Wisp is just make sure you have a pretty instant stun to be able to actually take advantage of that, so they can't just run away from you. The thing I like about Batrider in the offlane a little bit more than like a hero like Nyx Assassin is if you die in lane, you can just leave. Like usually the Batriders, even if they don't die, will just get like 1 or 2 levels, and then go to the jungle, and then once their tier 2 tower starts getting pushed, they'll probably have a Blink Dagger, and then they can go back to the lane with a couple teammates and reinitiate. So I think, I don't know. I'm so torn on this hero because like in some ways he can just get absolutely hosed by Wisp, by Disruptor. I mean, something we didn't even touch yet is that they've got a Wisp to relocate the Lassos, so...
Yeah, that's true as well. That's going to be actually really critical, I think, is those relocates. If they can hit those, that'll be impressive. And
yeah, it's certainly not easy.
Fight. No, it's not. I mean, it's difficult to do that in a normal game, let alone in a competitive game against a Batrider who's probably a pretty good player. So we'll see if that occurs. Disruptor's going to come out, though, against that IO. They have Glimpse, obviously, will be really nice for that. And then Next.kz pick up the Wraith King, interestingly enough. And right now, they already have their IO and the Dazzle, so this Wraith King is a core. This Wraith King is going to be farming, I'd imagine. I'm like 99% sure that's the case. So Next.kz are being a bit aggressive with their play right now. Going with the Wraith King, what do you think about this hero?
He's... I don't know. I think he's pretty mediocre. I mean, I guess in this lineup he's actually okay. The slow from the ultimate is like... It's basically like a mini Ravage. If you haven't seen it, it's like actually kind of comical how slow they are. I mean, what's the weirder option here? Do they farm the Dazzle or farm the Wraith King? I don't even know. I guess maybe... Like, there's a chance, I guess, it could be a farming Dazzle, but farming Dazzle is not actually very good. Like, he doesn't do that. Like, getting an armlet on him is, like, fun and all, but it's not actually great. I don't know.
It's weird. I agree with you. Either way, whoever
Either way,
farms,
I don't like it.
Yeah, this is, I think, underwhelming, their lineup right now. Dazzle farming I've seen before, but it's not that good because, like, items, what are you going to get on him? Like,
you get, like, a mech, or it's kind of like a Viper, except without the damage.
It's like, yeah, woo, we have a mech that we would have gotten anyways, like, later on in the game, so, alright, great, good, excellent. But, I don't know. It could work. Wraith King coming out as well is just, like, crazy to me. There's a Lifestealer coming out this time around from Insane. I like this lineup a lot. They have the Nyx Bomb with the Batrider if they get that Blink Dagger, so they have a lot of potential AoE damage. They have Lockdown with Batrider Bane. Disruptor can obviously use a Static Storm and be really effective in that. I don't know. I prefer Insane's lineup right now. Next.kz have this unorthodox as hell lineup. This is a mid-sniper probably.
I actually just hate their lineup. Like, how are they ever going to beat a farmed Lifestealer? It seems like it's... Oh, God. If that's what you're relying on to beat a farmed Lifestealer. Especially...
Very hard.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's the... You know, I played a sniper game the other day. I was like, I'm going to play sniper, and we'll see what happens. And, like, the other team just did not do anything to me for 25 minutes, and then I won the game. 'Cause, like, he does output a lot of damage if you just leave him alone, but, like, they've got a Bane, they have a Batrider, they've got, like, Lifestealer bombs with Batrider. I don't understand how Next are ever going to actually, like, do anything to anyone on Insane's team.
That's true. I mean, you look at what Next.kz have, and their team is, like, they're level 6 oriented, and they need they need room to farm for the sniper and the Wraith King to a certain extent. Centaur can try to make that room, but there's just so much ganking and teamfight potential coming out right now from Insane. Their lineup is just so heavy in the early game. Like, if Lifestealer gets a semblance of farm, and if there's a Batrider Blink Dagger, and if there's a Tidehunter Ravage available, you're going to die. It's just going to happen. Like, Next.kz are going to be like, alright, well, I guess we're dead now. We just got jumped on by, like, 5 heroes. We're going to lose this fight.
God forbid, like, Batrider somehow farms, like, a BKB or something. They're completely screwed at that point. Like, pre-Force Staff or BKB Batrider, I guess they've got some good game against the initiation just because of the stuns they have. But, like, if he gets a BKB, they can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, Batrider's going to really just lasso and take control of this game. He's going to be the one, I think, you know, kind of just pressuring Next.kz, kind of controlling the pace of the game. We have a disconnect already. Steam servers have been wonky, to say the least, as we've jumped in the game, but I guess that's just another day in Dota land here, so no big surprise there. But, you know, I'm excited for this game. I mean, it's a best-of-3 series between two, I think, decently strong teams. Next.kz, they've changed their roster a bit since their last tournament. Obviously, the whole CIS Carnage drama that happened with the 3-2-2 kind of situation, but...
It's still similar though. I mean, they still have Mantis and Reeves, who are kind of the players that I always identify with this team. So Mantis is playing the Wraith King, so this is definitely a farming Wraith King. He's got a helm. This is actually one of the cooler things I've seen for Wraith King. It's kind of nifty looking.
Let me check. Hold on.
Showcase. You can showcase now, dude.
I'm gonna showcase the Regalia of the Wraith Lord helmet, uncommon helm, not tradable by the way.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, the showcase. Anytime there's a pause, and I was doing this yesterday with Kyle Guy. Anytime there's a pause, I just go into showcase mode.
God, yeah, man. It's just so much to look at, right?
It's beautiful. It's glorious, actually. That helm is pretty cool looking. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we'll see how this works out, though. I think if the game goes at all how Insane wants it to, they should be in a pretty good position. It's really going to be all on Next.kz to either make it so they can delay this game until Sniper can just kill everyone, which will happen. Like, Sniper and Wraith King, if they get decent farm, will just start killing everyone. Like, that's a very real threat, but it's going to be hard for them to sort of outlast the team fight. I mean, they've got great ganking potential. Their push is not really phenomenal, but they can just kill everyone and then take the towers easily. So
yeah, I think it's going to come down to how they reset the team fight once Mantis dies and uses reincarnation, I think.
Yeah,
like, do they have anybody alive to help out the Wraith King in that second life is the question. Can they prolong the team fight? The good thing is they have the Dazzle, and he's all about prolonging team fights, whether it's with Weave, Shadow Wave, Shadow Grave, obviously. He's got those abilities to keep the team fight going. Plus, Centaur's a pretty inherently tanky hero. So I think Next.kz, if they last the team fight, if they last the initial initiation, that's redundant. If they last the initiation from the Dire team, from Insane, then they'll be in an okay position. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes. We are going to jump into the game. Let's get in some introductions real quick. On the side of Insane, 122 on the Disruptor. I'm sure these aren't the real names, by the way. I think they're not anyway. Obi-Wan Banana is going to be.
That's the real name.
Yeah, that is the real name.
Fucking awesome name right there.
Invixidor is going to be on the Lifestealer. Mid is going to be CY on the Tidehunter. And Judo is going to be on the Bat Rider and that off lane.
For Next.kz, SC47 on the Centaur. And in the mid lane, it's going to be Wadafaka on the Sniper. Looks like he might be assisted by the stand-in, Caught on the Wisp. And down in the bottom lane, Mantis on the Wraith King and Reeves on that Dazzle.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it looks like right now, Cott's going to be trying to pull. I think I've seen this before with Wisps, where you just try to pull from the hard camp here. I think it's doable. I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm kind of like...
Seems like a thing that could happen.
Yeah, I think it is something he's waiting to do. This camp is going to spawn. He'll pull this into the wave somehow, or something. I don't know. It's weird how it works with the Wisp. I think only Wisp can do it. Yep.
Oh my god,
yep,
that's fucking next level.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I was just like, I was unsure at first. I was like, is that a thing still? And it is, apparently. So this is actually going to like outright win the lane for Wadafaka. And he's going up against a Tidehunter. So Tidehunter doesn't have any real way to get up to Sniper and like do anything to him. So now Wadafaka's getting free farm, and Sniper is going to be dishing out the damage to the Tidehunter. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, he's pretty much won the lane for him. I mean, I guess it's a little early to say that, but he's done a nice job at least helping him out. Io, though, he's also getting, farm for himself just by getting these creeps here. He's going to get the Dark Troll Summoner in a second. And then, yeah, just like that, he's already at level 2, it seems like. Down bottom, it's a duel, and they don't need to commit too much for Next.kz down here because they realize it's an off-lane Bat Rider. They're not going to be able to kill him anyways because he went boots first. So I like the way Next.kz are doing this, just making sure they're pulling for the Sniper.
I mean, I was saying they need to do something like a little cute and something special to make this happen, and this is definitely something because Tidehunter sort of relies on being able to just run up and spam out the Anchor Smash. That's how you win mid lane on Tide because it reduces some damage. You're pretty tanky, so you can take a little bit of abuse. But if there's not a creep wave for him to run up, and also since there's Headshot on Sniper, this is actually not ideal for him, but I think he should be able to do okay. I think it'll be fine for him.
Yeah, he actually has a stout shield, which is really nice to see. I mean, most mid-heroes will not buy a stout, but in this scenario, he knew he was going up against the Sniper. He realized he would need some sort of reduction there, and he gets it, obviously. He also has level 3 almost down bottom, though. Firefly is going. Judo had the haste rune, so he's pretty much... Yeah, he's actually going to get stunned up right now. Mantis is going to use the Hellfire Blast. Judo's still going with that Firefly. Not enough damage to take him down. Poison Touch is ready to go. Judo has to be careful. That haste about to run out in a couple seconds. He'll make his way out of there, and he'll be just fine as the Firefly does go away. So now coming down to the bottom lane is Kai. He has rotated through. He's pulled once for, of course, Wadafaka, and he says, that's enough. I've done my job. Wadafaka's sitting on 13 last hits. I feel pretty confident now.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge advantage for Wadafaka. The level difference is extremely noticeable. He's got almost a full level on the Tidehunter, and that's really what Sniper needs to start getting ahead. You need to be able to have levels in headshot, you need to be able to abuse the range on take aim, and getting a free level like that is definitely one way to do it.
Yeah, rotations coming through. Judo trying to take this camp here in the jungle. Reeves spots him out. He's got Poison Touch available. They're converging on him right now. Judo may be in trouble. Do they have Glimpse? Or excuse me, not Glimpse. Do they have IO Tether? They're not going to be able to get it there in time, though. Judo. He's going to get away. Mantis is still far.
Boots first.
Happening. Yeah.
Wise decision.
That pretty much shaped his life. While that was happening, actually, SC47, who was in the top lane for Next.kz, has gone to the jungle, and he's kind of just committed himself to jungling right now. So they're just going to kind of abandon that top lane and let Invixator get free farm, and he should be going for a Midas, I think. He's got 1,500 gold saved up. He's got 23 last hits. He'll get his Midas recipe at about 340, and then his Midas will probably be done at about 430 at the latest. So
yeah, I think this is, you have to do this when you're free farm with a life stealer. Just get a head start, and he's definitely a hero that can abuse that pretty easily to get a really fast second item and then just dish out a ton of damage. Obviously, the Midas slows your first item down a little bit, but usually once that second or third item starts coming online, those are the big damage dealing items for Lifestealer. You know, you see him go like phase drums. Ooh.
First blood going for Mantis. Just uses Hellfire Blast on the side. Reeves came through with the help of the IO. Meanwhile, they do get the kill on the IO. Staying too long under that Firefly, he somehow dies to that. I didn't see him actually die, but while that's happening, CY getting the regen rune. They're working on the tier 1 tower, doing some damage to it as well, but a 1-for-1 trade, but I guess the first blood going to the way of Next.kz, and of course Wraith King getting that a huge boon to his farm.
Dire's bottom tower is
that was I mean, I guess that worked out well for them. I think they're probably happy with that trade. Just losing the Wisp for the Batrider seems worth it to me. And now Mantis he's farming quite a bit. I'm kind of interested to see what kind of item build he goes for. I haven't seen a core Wraith King in competitive, like, I don't know, it's been a really long time. So I'm not sure, maybe ever. Like, I imagine I've probably seen like one game, but normally when you do see this hero in competitive, he's just a support. So I have no idea what he's going to get.
He's going to get Nightmared. Nightmare's going to come first. Disruptor going to maybe throw down. He doesn't have a kinetic field. They've got the Thunderstrike. They have the Glimpse as well. Brain Sap's going to go. The right click. Glimpse back. TP rotation's coming through. Wraith King, he's still alive. He does fall. Now they're going to try to turn this around. They get one trade so far. Can they get another? Chasing down CY. There's going to be the double edge. Doing a bit of damage. Not enough, though. They'll back off a 1-for-1 trade, but they do lose the Sniper in the end.
Yeah, SC47 missed as stomp. It's possible they could have gotten another kill off that, but I don't know. This is the biggest problem I see for them is they have to really protect the Sniper, and Mantis is rotating off his lane to do that, and that's really not what you look for. Bottom lane, Reeves is left alone, and he's going to probably die here.
Judo taking a Poison Touch, but he should be just fine. He's got to use his auto attack on the creep wave and will. The aggro will go to the creep wave there. Judo surviving. Nice shallow grave there, but not enough to keep the Dazzle alive. So Judo's going to go ahead and TP out home. Trying to get there in time is SC47. Not going to make it there to get the kill. He's going to scout things out with, of course, the creep wave on his ass. So he won't be able to get anything done. CY picks up the double damage rune in that mid lane, heading back there. He's sitting at level 6. He'll try to probably get a Blink Dagger sometime soon. Might even forego the Arcanes to do that. Just get a quick blink as quick as possible. While that's all happening, 45 last hits for the Lifestealer, 21 denies. That's a disgusting amount of CS.
Yeah, he has not missed very many creeps, and with good reason. I mean, you really shouldn't really miss more than a couple, so he's pretty much on par for that. This lane actually is going okay for CY. He's sort of regained his momentum a bit with that gank. They're trying to make another one happen here, but did not work out.
Yeah, Waterfuck and Reeves spotted that out, so they'll have to back off and go right back across the river. They're heading up to their own jungle right now, maybe try to find something out here, but there's nobody obviously in this top lane. For Next.kz, they have abandoned that lane. SC47 still jungling. He does have his Tranquils now. He's kind of low. He's got to be careful. There's no global presence really for them to get some kind of Zeus ult there to get the kill, even if they had known, or Thirst, obviously. So he'll back off. He'll head back home. He'll regen up. While this is all happening, Waterfuck will continue to farm. He does have his phase now. Speaking of phase, the Lifestealer gets his. Wraith King still farming away. Mantis is going to go for Drum. That's going to be his first item choice here. So Tread's Drum, and maybe an Armlet soon after, I think, would be the wisest choice for a Wraith King. That's generally the item progression you usually see. I mean, not that we see a whole lot of competitive Wraith King. So
that seems pretty reasonable to me, though. Just maximize your damage as quickly as possible. One thing to notice, the supports are stacking for Batrider. Oh, they're going on him. Judo. It looks like he is going to fall here.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's
Yeah.
That's level 4 Hellfire Blast coming into play for Mantis. Obviously, the slow coming out from the IO Tether. He's level 6 now as well. They have ganking potential with Mantis and the IO. Even if Mantis dies, he can still try to kill people with his reincarnation, which he has level 1 of. Obviously, a long cooldown at his first level. They want to get to level 2 ultimate before he really starts going into teamfights heavy. But Mantis, maybe in trouble. He'll stay around. He has this reincarnation. He's going to fall, it looks like, but he will get the tower first. There's the Thunderstrike, the Hellfire Blast doing a lot of damage to CY. Double damage is going to get popped. There's the reincarnation. That's the slow. Ravage is going to go. Not doing much. CY still alive. Mantis has got to get out of there. Kinetic Field is done. He's going to get glimpsed back right now. Firefly on the ground. Judo, no lasso. He's about to hit 6. Not there yet. Relocate out. Assassinate. Judo, not dead. Very low. Wadafaka with the haste rune. He's going to peep him from the backside. Wadafaka getting the kill. They're turning it all around. Nice play with the reincarnation there. No level 6 for the Batrider. That's problematic.
Yeah, that was a really nice set of plays there by Next.kz. Wisp, sort of the evacuator, got out of there with the Mantis at the very last second. He tethered in, pulled him away, and that cleared up enough space for Wadafaka to walk in, kill one, and then they had to back up. So that actually worked out extremely well. A little unfortunate that he did have to pop that reincarnate, like you said, before level 11. The cooldown is actually just unbelievably long, 260 seconds. Until that'll be up again. So he's going to have to play a lot carefuler. But they got the tower, which was the primary objective from that little skirmish. So.
Yeah, and you can have those kind of aggressive plays and fall back on the reincarnation because he knows he could just farm now. They have room for it in the jungle, obviously. And he's comfortable getting the tower goal. That was their objective, like you mentioned. And yeah, it's a long cooldown, but if you think about it, if it was a shorter cooldown at its first level, that'd probably be pretty imbalanced to a certain extent. And just be like, oh, I'm never going to die. So... luckily, that's not the case, even though Wraith King maybe needs a bit of a buff. Not sure, though, considering he is being picked in competitive play now. So I'll leave that for Icefrog to decide, I suppose.
Now Batrider is taking these stacks in the jungle. He took the big one, unfortunately dying there, set him back quite a bit. So he's still decently far away. I'll expect he'll have that up in the next minute or probably 2 minutes or so. Yeah. Maybe a bit less. Soon, though.
Yeah, there's this stack here. He's going to stack it again. That should actually give him maybe enough to get that blink dagger. So he'll just firefly this camp real quick, get the blink dagger, or at least get close to it. Oh, it's Mud Golems. Come on. You got to be kidding.
That's unfortunate. That kind of sucks with these new camps. Oh, well.
Mud Golems is just like, why does it have to be Mud Golems? They're the dumbest camp on the field. Just look at them.
They do look pretty dumb. Look at their face. That's actually just... it looks sad that they're mud golems. They probably wish they were not mud golems.
The worst looking thing on the face of the planet. Poor mud golem. Gets a lot of hate.
They're going on CY middle. I'm not sure they actually have enough damage. He also has Ravage coming up here in a minute, so they need to be very careful.
Yeah, if they can get some rotations coming in from Insane, they can maybe get a couple of kills here. Reeves and Waterfuck are both rather squishy with Ravage, can dish out a lot of damage. While that's all happening, Invictus Sator is getting a lot of farm in his top lane. He is going to go for the armlet. He's almost got it. He just needs the recipe. And then he'll be pretty much, I think, the highest net worth player in the game, if not already. Yeah, he is. Mantis is sitting on 5,451 net worth, and that's because he has that broadsword, which is going to be turned into a blade mail, actually. So Mantis going for a blade mail, interestingly enough. I guess that's an okay item choice here, but not like the item choice you usually see on a hard carry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's okay because all the AoE that they have will do, like, some decent incidental damage. It's also good against the Lifestealer. Might be the only way that he can actually fight him. But doesn't give him a ton of damage. I don't know. This is kind of a weird item choice. I can definitely see the rewards. And like I said, you know, this is really the first core Wraith King I've seen in, like, ever. So maybe he knows something I don't.
I think what this is along the lines of is how EG plays nowadays, is that they pick Fear, a hero that creates space but isn't necessarily the hard carry, and then they have their mid laner as their, like, generally hard carry. Like Arteezy will pick a farming hero, just farm the game up until he's pretty much ready to fight and kill everyone, and kind of have Fear and the rest of the team make space. And that seems to be what Next.kz are doing to a certain extent with, I think, this Wraith King. And I actually like it because that's kind of how the game works right now. I mean, and Wraith King is one of those heroes that can be aggressive and dive and create space in that way.
Mid lane, they're definitely moving in here on Wadafaka. There's the blink forward, the lasso as well. He's going to get dragged back through the fire. There's a Wisp relocate coming in. There's the Ravage. There's a Brave first. He's going to walk away, at least for the moment. Looks like Wisp's going to die here, leaving back. SC-47 gets glimpsed back. He falls as well. Well-executed gank, but unfortunately CY is going to go down to Mantis, walking through, manning up. Nightmare on him. He's got a double damage rune as well, so they're going to have to be careful chaining together the CC. Mantis now going down very quickly to that extremely farm Lifestealer. Up comes a Reincarnate. Can they make anything out of this?
Yeah, Mantis is ready to go. They'll blink backwards. It's a 2-for-1 trade there, including, obviously, not including, excuse me, the reincarnation coming in from Mantis. But excellent Static Storm to be thrown down by the Disruptors, making sure that once they relocated in, they were going to take damage, and boy, did they. They are looking for the Tier 1 tower. Judah's going to go right back in, looking for Wadafaka. Open Wounds maybe going to go. Rage first, and Vixator can't get anything done there. He'll back off. His armlet is already toggled. Mantis, Hellfire Blast. They grab the kill on the Batrider. He wants to keep going. On cooldown for 3 seconds. There's the Gush. CY, no Ravage already used. Getting hit up with the right-click damage there. Mantis going to town on CY, getting peeped from the backside. Wadafaka doing the work there, has a double kill on that sniper. They're turning the fight around, and they're keeping the pressure on right now, surprisingly enough. Despite not having reincarnation, they want to continue to fight here, realizing everything is on cooldown. They already popped all of their spells, and they turn around, they get a couple of kills because of it.
Yeah, and the actually really nice thing about this build is Mantis has a shitload of mana, like way more than you'd ever expect, so he's really able to abuse Hellfire Blast. Usually that ability is like only mediocre at best because you can only cast it a couple times. It is a relatively high mana cost, but since he's got 2 Robe of the Magi's in these item builds, it's pretty good. I mean, it's working out well for him. It's a really powerful stun. Say what you want about Skeleton King, but, you know, he might only have 1 button, but it's one hell of a button.
It is one hell of a button. You can see how much damage it does dish out, obviously. Real nice stun. It's great, I think, it all together. It's just a good ability. So they're going to focus on this Tier 1 tower right now. They're trying to take it down. Meanwhile, it looks like everyone's grouping up from Insane, trying to go on mid here. The only one here for Next.kz is SC47. He does have a Blink Dagger, luckily. No TP, however. The rest of the team's going to TP in and try to fight this. No reincarnation for another 152 seconds. He does have level 11 now. There's the Stampede. Blank stun on CY. Relocate coming in. CY's in trouble. Anchor Smash is going to go. Nice Nightmare. Now the Blasto back up into the high ground from Judo on the aisle. Static Storm onto a couple. SC47 and Reeves taking a bit of damage. They got to get out of there. Reeves taking the brunt of that. Now he might have Shallow Grave. Phoenix Grip is going to go as well. Double kill now for the Bane as they pick up the sniper. There's the Shallow Grave. Reeves in trouble. Gonna get right click down. It looks like Shadow Wave will not save his life. The right click from Judo is enough. It's a 3-for-1 trade. Not the best engagement. Mantis was nowhere near that fight for the entire time. It's a 5 versus 4, and he couldn't get involved there.
Yeah, that was a really optimistic engagement. Even the relocate for the Wisp was like right here in the river, which is just way, way too aggressive considering all the heroes are right here. Batrider dragged Wisp up the hill, and then Wadafaka was left to fend for himself, and he went down very quickly afterwards. So, a bit of a misengagement there by Next.kz, maybe a little bit over-aggressive, and SC47 going to be stopped in his tracks.
Yeah, he's getting Nightmare Flame Break back a little bit, but he's fine. Mantis continuing to CS right now. Wadafaka with the Maelstrom. Phase Yasha Maelstrom, pretty standard build nowadays. You might throw a Mom in there for certain people if you're in a pub especially, but this is generally what you see, I think, on Sniper nowadays, and probably get a Mjolnir afterwards, and then finish up your Mantis style, and then you're going to start dishing out the damage. I mean, then you're going to start hitting like a truck, if not already.
It kind of depends on how much pressure you think you're under, what your opportunities are. Do you need the extra HP? If you need the HP, maybe you finish the Mantis style first because you get the Ultimate Orb. Gives you like around 200 HP. It's not a ton, but sometimes it's enough to make the difference. For Wadafaka, I'm not sure that amount of HP actually matters because I think if he's going to die by more than 200 HP. So
yeah, I mean, they'll last him down. They'll throw
whatever
abilities they have on him. He'll get
Fiend's Grip.
Static Storm, or he'll get opened up by a freaking Lifestealer just going to town on him. So yeah, I think the right choice is maybe just go for that glass cannon because you are a sniper. You're just focusing on damage anyways. Just stay in the back. You have 4 points in take aim. No points in shrapnel just yet. And once he gets that, maybe can start taking down towers as quickly as possible, or at least being helpful in that regard. Next.kz, they're going to stick together. There's 5 of them all in the same area right now. Might go for a smoking. I don't know if anyone actually has a smoke. They don't, it seems. So they're just going to roam together here. Just try to stay together, not get caught in position. Maybe look for the Tidehunter, who does have Ravage up, Static Storm available as well. So the abilities are all off cooldown.
They know this is coming, though. They're evacuating middle. There's a ward that spotted them out. Since they took the low ground route, they got spotted out by that ward. Now they're TPing top. They want to try to do something about this Lifestealer, but the tower falls. And now the Wisp coming in as well.
Oh, man. Nice infest into the blink out from the Batrider. What a play. Stampede's going to go Blink Dagger on cooldown for 6 seconds. They can't chase any further. They have to back off. Reeves is actually alone. They were chasing after him for a second there. They're still going. 3 heroes are coming in here right now. Wadafaka's got to back off. Now you can see the pressure coming through from Insane in that mid lane. They'll back off now, but
this is brutal. I think they should go in here. I mean, all these heroes TP top. I feel like they need to just take advantage of that positional advantage they just got, but Lifestealer content to just walk back to the jungle. I'm a little surprised he didn't try to take better advantage of that. It seems like they just really outmaneuvered them at this point.
Yeah, they could have gone in mid, but I think they were a little too far back, and I think Next.kz realized what was happening. They said, okay, let's just back up in this general direction and hope that we don't die. And you could see this kind of wrapping maneuver coming out, but it just didn't happen. So they'll go to the jungle, and Vixator is going to continue to get some CS right now, sitting at 1,200, 1,300 gold even, and he has this armlet, but he's only been involved in 1 kill. Because of that minus, he's had to farm for a bit longer than you would intend to on a lifestealer. So 1 assist. He hasn't done much else than that.
He has a Mithrilheimer on the courier. I guess this could be a Maelstrom, but I hope it's not. I think they have enough good abilities to just hold people in place that a Desolator would actually be pretty good. Maelstrom also is going to delay everything by a while, because that's not really going to give him much measurable damage in the fight. I think he needs to start making an impact.
I think Desolator will help a lot, especially because they have Weave for the Dazzle.
Yeah.
They need some sort of armor reduction, I think. And because the Wraith King is a bit tanky in his own right, he's got about 13 armor here, and he'll continue to get more, especially if this Hyperstone gets turned into an Assault Cuirass. So armor reduction, I think, might be the key. And you don't see a Lifestealer going for Desolator too often, but this might be one of the games that you do it. So.
Yeah, I think he just bought another one. He did just buy another one, so it's going to be a Desolator for sure. It's also very good against the Centaur. Like I was saying, he doesn't have a ton of armor, so Desolator really helps you chunk through him. So I like this build a lot. It might be a bit unconventional, like you were saying, but I'm pretty sure that this is probably the right choice for this game. And now Wadafaka is at decision time, Mjolnir or Manta, and it looks like he might not get very long to decide.
He's going to get lassoed. He's going to get brought back into the jungle here. There is some reinforcements coming. Wadafaka going to take the Thunder Strike. Uses Magic Wand. Gets Shallow Grave. He actually might live from this. Nice Magic Wand to save his own life here. And they can't go any further than that. Relocate came in from Kot to maybe help him out. He'll earn him up. Maybe take him back home if necessary. I don't know where he relocated from. Apparently was in the top lane. So, actually, no. In the jungle.
Middle. Yeah, in the jungle.
Right about there. You got the colors confused. So, yep. Wadafaka stays alive. And he just goes back to farming. He's like,
alright, yeah, crisis averted.
Yeah, he's like, alright guys, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm just going to keep getting farm and hopefully don't die again. So, he picks up a Hyperstone, so he's going for the Mjolnir, like you mentioned.
Yeah, he has it. He has the whole thing now. It's in his, recipes in his stash, so he'll have that very shortly. And this is when Sniper starts to become a little bit scary. I mean, if you get headshot a couple times, you're stuck way in the back. He attacks very quickly now. And, I mean, this might become an issue. I don't think Insane have really capitalized on their lineup. Like, we have not really seen Bane ganked middle like once, and that was pretty much it. He's been stacking and stuff, which is all well, but I think you need to take better advantage of this this lineup you have. I mean, you're relying on Ravage early, you're relying on Lasso to pull people out of position. I don't think they've really capitalized on that too well.
I think Wadafaka and Reeves have actually been attached at the hip, which is one of the reasons why Wadafaka has stayed alive so long in these fights. You saw it in the last little bit of a skirmish there. I guess last little bit of a gank. So that's one of the reasons they can't really do much. And Reeves actually was in the mid lane for a long time, helping him out too. Level 12 for the Sniper right now. We already talked about the Mjolnir coming out. Desolator was done for the Lifesteal. They're going to try to go to town on Roshan. This should be pretty quick. Mech is also done for the Tidehunter, so he forgoes a Blink Dagger, picks up a Mech for the help of his team, realizing that Blink might be good, but helping his team survive might be a bit better, just having that healing ability. 1-2-2's going for an Aghanim Scepter on a Disruptor, which is pretty awesome to have to stop those items from being used. And we'll see how it goes. They will take this Roshan. No contention going to come out from Next.kz. They might not even know this is happening. They don't have any wards on the Roche Pit. And Lifestealer picks up the Aegis. So free Roshan coming out from Insane. They'll back off. Lifestealer's rather low. He doesn't want to use that Aegis right off the bat. That'd be a bit of a misplay. He's going to go infest in a creep and get back to full health, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think so. I actually really like this item build by CY in this game. He doesn't really need the Blink Dagger, because when you look at Next.kz's lineup, they have enemies, they have heroes that want to engage on you. They have the Centaur, they have the Wisp, they've got Reincarnate to slow everything down once that happens. I think he's just going to be waiting for Reincarnate to go off and then pop the Ravage just to slow down everything from them getting pursued and things like that. So I think the mech really works in this scenario, and the Blink Dagger would not have honestly done too much. So
yeah, I agree.
I like it a lot.
I agree with you. I think that there's just too much initiation. They're going to pop the... It's not one of those games where you have to try to find an area where they're going to clump up. I think Next.kz are going to clump up together anyways, because they are going to try to initiate on top of the Reincarnation, on top of the Centaur War Runner Stomp. So, good point, like you mentioned. And speaking of the Centaur, he actually has a Hood of Defiance right now. He'll try to build that Pipe of Insight, I'd imagine. Blink Dagger as well has already been up for a long time now. Wraith King, his next item. He's going to finish up that Assault Cuirass. He actually pretty much has it, I think. Yeah, he just needs the Chainmail right now, and then that'll fly out to him in a moment. On the Courier, what's flying out? Just wards. Nothing too crazy there. Looking at the graphs right now, there is actually a 1,000 gold lead for Next.kz. That can, I think, widen depending on how much more farm the Sniper gets and if they can win some fights here. 500 experience lead going for Insane, but that's about it. So still very close game. It can go in any direction depending on how the fights go. And it looks like we might see some initiation or some fighting, maybe down here in the bottom lane. I mean, all four are here for Insane. Only 3 or 2, 1 even right now for Next.kz, so they'll back off and go back to their own devices.
Ooh, I think he might be looking for a pick off on Vayne here, but that's oh my god. Does he know this Courier's coming?
Next level plays from SC47.
Oh my god. This Courier has a Hyperstone on it.
Oh my god.
There goes a Hyperstone.
That's awful. Whose Hyperstone was that? Was that the
Nix's, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I don't know who else would carry a Hyperstone in this game. That's kind of a dumb question.
Tidehunter Hyperstone.
He attacks so fast. I mean, he's got that big anchor thing. Boat.
Yeah, that's kind of sweet. It's a mini boat.
Some damage. Yeah, a little bit of boat, I think is what it's called. A bit of boat, excuse me. I'm with Club. Uh-oh. Stampede's gonna go. They're gonna find an Invixator. They're gonna get the Aegis already. Can they get another one? There's no Infest target around. The rest of the team's coming in ready to fight this. Judo might go for last. Oh, a lot of damage coming in. Invixator in trouble. He'll Infest out. He makes it away in time somehow. Clip's coming back in. Reeves in trouble. Infest out coming from Invixator. No, don't try to fight that. That's a bad idea. He'll turn his armlet on. He's gonna get assassinated. That's not good. He rages it. He raged the assassinate, and they get the kill on Reeves. Invixator. What a player.
Man, I have to say the individual level play on Insane and like decision making is pretty good. I think they just missed the mark a bit in the early game, but now like they seem to be playing really well together. I like their lineup a lot. It's working well, and now they've almost got a Disruptor who has an Aghanims, level 9, but he almost has an Aghanims.
You take the good with the bad here, I think, for the Disruptor. Yeah. I mean, like, yes, you're level 9.
But you have an AoE mute on everything, so that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. The duration is still the same. It's just the damage isn't very good. So, you know.
Yeah, I think it's actually a pretty good item pickup if you can get it without losing anything. It's possible that the reason that they lost the early game is because he went for an item like this instead of something that's a little bit more proactive, like a Force Staff or something.
Right.
But the upside from this item is ridiculous. Like it's so good. I can't even tell you.
I agree with you. It's really good. I'm surprised he went for it first, like you said, but I guess it wouldn't have mattered. He might not have been able to get to a Force Staff anyways. Yeah. Smoke Gang coming through. Mantis and Reeves leading the way. They have Relocate ready to go. I mean, but they're missing right now. They're kind of split up from SC47. He can Stampede in, but they're going to fight 4-on-4, at least 4-on-5 here for a second because Disruptor's not there yet. See why? He's got Ravage. Nightmare's going to go assassinate Obi-Wan Banana. He's going to take that damage. Force Staff forward. Nice Ghost Scepter coming through from Judo to make sure he doesn't die. Get hit up with too much damage. Hellfire Blast in the backside from Mantis. Glimpse coming through as well. Waterfucker in trouble. There's going to be the nice Ravage coming through. Cot gets obliterated. 2 down already. Mantis is about to get his reincarnation popped. Reeves is getting Fiends as well. Shallow Grave is up. Mantis is still alive somehow. They pick up the kill on Obi-Wan Banana. Mantis is about to fall. There's the reincarnation going. Reeves trying to stay in this fight for as long as possible. He's got Weave. He's going to TP away. Mantis gets lassoed. Glimpse back through. Reeves in trouble. Big stomp coming through from SC47. He cancels it. Mantis will fall again. Now, Insane is winning this fight for sure. And Vixator going to try to go on SC47. There's the Gush. There's the Open Wound. There's the Kinetic Field. He is done. He is toast. The Lifesteal will pick up the kill. And now they're going to look for maybe a tower or just to push out something. Get some farm somewhere. But they win the fight. Get a boon of gold. And they're definitely leading this one after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny. I mean, when you look at the gold graph, it looks pretty convincing for Next.kz just in terms of raw numbers. Lifestealer's in front by a bit, but then there's a pretty solid drop-off before you get the next dire hero. But I think their team is so well built for team fighting that it's not going the way at all that Next.kz counted on. I mean, that wasn't even a very good Disruptor ult. There was already a Rage Lifestealer inside. He didn't really save anyone with it. But even with that, they were able to take that team fight pretty convincingly. And it was actually hilarious to just watch them ignore the Skeleton King. He was like, way in the back. He's like, pay attention to me, please. Like, someone kill me or something.
Yeah.
And he just kind of sat there and, like, nothing happened. It was,
They
It's
did the
pretty
right
funny.
thing. Speaking of that, they did the right thing bringing down Wadafaka first. Like, he got obliterated very quickly.
You have to.
Yeah. I mean, that's the key. And I think once you realize that against a sniper in a pro game, then the team suddenly gets a lot less scary. So Wadafaka realizes he still is this glass cannon. If he's still going for the glass cannon build, he actually hasn't put a point in shrapnel, by the way, and he has a chrysalis, and he put his Mjolnir charge on a melee creep also. So Wadafaka with some interesting decisions. I'm not really going to question them, but
I really, oh god. I mean, I know you're a glass cannon, but I guess the Manta's not that good anyway. You're just gonna get lassoed or fiend script or something. Ugh, I don't know. It like bothers me that he didn't get something to give him at least a little bit of HP or finish the Manta or something. But I mean, I guess he realizes that like if he gets caught, he's just dead.
But that's not even like my real issue here. Like, isn't shrapnel a good ability? Like, isn't that a good ability? Like, isn't that like good?
I think 1 point is good.
I think it's good as hell. I don't know. Like, that seems like a really good
I
ability.
usually only get 1 point.
The
but
cast range is huge. It's disgustingly
it's
huge.
minorly. It's pretty dumb.
So I'm surprised he didn't go for it. I mean, they're not going to be pushing anyways. I guess why go for it? Just get stats to survive a bit longer to get that health. I mean, he's only at 1,000. Is that really enough? No.
Yeah, but if you do that, then why don't you finish your Manta or something? I don't know. It seems like he's kind of on 2 different plans here between his item build and his skill build, but I don't know. I just this is the reason I sometimes don't love this hero. Is this team is just built for killing him. Like,
yeah.
How is he ever supposed to live through any of these abilities?
I mean, if he doesn't get lassoed, he's going to get static storm, he's going to get ravaged, he's going to get fiend grip. There's too much just to deal with him. Not even just like there's single target and there's AoE. So it's like, okay, I'm not a single target here. Oh shit, I've been hit up by ravage, I've been hit up by static storm, I'm dead. So like, sniper is he dies very quickly in these fights, and like I feel like they should realize this, and they're not really correcting it. They're going stats on the hero, but they're not giving him itemization that will allow him to survive in the team fight. So, nonetheless, it doesn't really matter. They're going to be up in the top lane. Maybe try to pressure this tier 2 tower. They're being aggressive despite just losing a team fight. They want to go. They want to have a better engagement. TP's coming through. Blink, Lasso, not in range. Maybe use the Stampede to get out of there in time. Mantis getting chased down. Force Staff. They're not quite there yet. The Sticky Napalm slowing him down. The Flame Break not going to push him back. Going to push him to the side instead. Judo's Blink Dagger on cooldown for a second. They're going to go, though. Blink, Lasso's ready to go. No, they back off instead. They glimpse Blink forward. Now Kinetic Field. Mantis, he's going to use that Blade Mill. He still has the Reincarnation. Open Moon's coming in. There's the Relocate. No! Oh! No! Come on, CY.
Why? I'm gonna assume that was a misclick.
Yeah.
Waiting for the remake call.
Oh.
That was still totally worth it, though. They saved. The biggest thing is he saved the reincarnate. Wow, he keeps disconnecting.
This was happening to me last night when we were playing pub games. Like every 5 seconds, get disconnected from the game, you have to reconnect. Something about Steam. I'm sure he's saying Steam is shitting on itself or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I don't speak their language, so. I think we did it, everybody. I think
Dude,
we're
this
back.
took way too long.
I think we did it. We are back in the game. We're gonna be paused, I think. Whoa, that was weird. Okay, so Centaur should be a bit down more here.
No, it's back. It's at 29 minutes.
Yeah. So it's back about a couple seconds. But other than that, Io actually didn't die. Io didn't die. Oh, he's about to relocate back. He should be about to relocate back anyway. Yeah, he is. He's about to relocate back.
Tide already ulted, so.
Yeah, okay. Alright, we are here. We did it. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a long time. It's What Is Hip and Mott together again to bring you the end. Well, somewhere.
This is fucking game number 1 or something.
Yeah, it's game 1, everybody. It's been a while. We're back. We're going to bring you the hype as soon as the game gets started. I hope we get on pause soon. Greg's a genius. What else is new? Woo! They're calling go. Here we go. We're doing it.
God!
We did it. Okay, so relocate should be right here. Right? Right here? Where?
It probably just broke.
Didn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, it didn't work. Okay, so somehow Isle lives.
Whatever. I think
I think it's fine. I'm sure. That's
Yeah,
not the
I
worst
mean,
in
I
the
guess it's whatever.
world. One kill.
I don't think it really
Not going to
matters.
change that much.
Dude, I'm just happy that the game fucking resumed.
The gold graph, the experience graph, clearly just they don't work anymore.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
That's okay.
Yeah, they don't work after load.
Yeah. Net worth should though. Yeah, everything other than that should. Nice. So it looks like right now, as we jump back into it, we just saw Tide use Ravage up in that top lane on nobody. So right now they don't have Ravage. He's going to be going for a Heaven's Halberd, by the way, on the Tide Hunter. They're going to take a very quick Roshan. Invictor has the Desolator, so they're going to take this down. He'll grab the Aegis and get ready to go for another fight. And I'd imagine Wadafaka, he's a glass cannon like we keep talking about. If they can lock him down in these fights, they should be able to secure this game, and I think Insane should win. But right now, Batrider jumping in. Wadafaka trying to get out of there. There's the lasso, bringing him back. Where's the rest of the team? There's the Gush going through. Stampede as well to try to get him back. Glimpse. That's not the best glimpse. Flamebreak going to push him forward. Forward Stab. Brain Sap. Nightmare. Static Storm. Wadafaka. They use everything. They get the kill. And just like that, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Bring down the sniper. And that was a rather quick rotation. They came all the way from top down to Roche down to bottom to get the kill on the sniper.
Yeah, it's worth it though. I mean, I don't know if they had to use Static Storm. That's a minor thing. Oh god, I have hiccups now. Oh, perfect.
Static Storm on cooldown for 60 seconds. So yeah, I mean, it's not that long of a cooldown. It's only 85-second cooldown, so it could be worse than that. While that's all happening, Next.kz are trying to push into that top lane, maybe go for a tier 2 tower. They don't really have their sniper, so that's not going to be possible. SC is going to try to go ahead and just get this farm here from this creep camp real quick. While that's all happening, where's the Wraith King? He's going to be, I think, a catalyst to the later stage of this game. He actually changed his name to Valkyria.
Well, that's his new account.
I see.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on the old account, so he now connected on this one.
So that's Mantis.
Yeah, it's Mantis.
And so it's crazy that this is the world we live in, where you can just, like, your entire Steam profile just shits the bed, and you can still be fine and jump on a new Steam profile and be able to play Dota. So
shout out to Cyborg Matt, you goddamn handsome man.
He's a genius, and also a really nice person. I love Cyborg, he's great. But yeah, I mean, right now there's Boots of Travel up for the Batrider, so he'll go for that instead of the BKB first, like you talked about a little bit earlier on, maybe about an hour ago we talked about that. So yeah, I can't even remember at this point.
It was a while ago.
It was. There's a lot of trials and tribulations on the way here, but we've made it. The Glory Land, the Promised Land is at hand. Top lane, Stampede's going to go through, stomp on Judo. Maybe it's some trouble, double edge as well. Poison Touch, 4-step away, Ghost Scepter, Assassinate. No, not with the Ghost Scepter up. Oh, such carnage. Have you ever seen the likes of that kind of Assassinate before? Goodness gracious me.
Well, lost the TPs down to bottom. They're not going to be able to continue through. They did get the tier 2 tower, so objective accomplished, I suppose. They lose their Batrider during it, but I think that's just fine. 4,000 gold for the Lifestealer. He is so farmed. Pretty soon he's going to be looking to sell that Midas, pick up a last item. What do you think? Something like an A-Blade?
Yeah, I definitely think Basher into an A-Blade at this point, just to lock, maybe even a Sniper down. No, dude, I can't handle it. No, I'm done. I'm done.
He just DC'd.
Yes, that's why I'm crying. Volvo, please.
Well, you know, my idea worked.
It was a good try.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna play on at this point. We're not pausing. No one's pausing.
No one's pausing. We've had enough pause.
I think, and I don't really blame them, honestly. Okay, he's back. Bullet dodged.
Bullet dodged.
So there is actually a lot of map coverage here, map control for both sides. You can see the Dire put wards in the enemy jungle. The Radiant have done the same thing. Next.kz have a little bit less map control. This is the only ward they have in the opposing team jungle, and this one is not getting any vision!
Well, not all loads are perfect.
But didn't they place that after? No, they didn't. Wait, how is that there, then? What the hell?
Dude, I don't know.
That's very strange to me. I don't know why that's not giving vision. But yeah, you're right. Not all loads are perfect. Not all loads are created equally, sadly. That
seems like it actually is giving vision. You're wrong, dude.
Is it?
It's giving vision.
Oh, yeah, it's giving it right here. Okay.
Oh.
I'm an idiot.
Well,
it's just not giving vision back here, which I think is actually kind of important. Stampede going through, and Invictor chasing down the Centaur Warrunner. He'll be able to get away just in time. His Blink Dagger on cooldown 4-bit. Assassinate flying through, hitting on Judo, doing some damage there. He has that Ghost Scepter. Luckily, he didn't use it that time, because You really don't want to be taking 40% extra magic damage. It's not very fun. Wouldn't kill him, but certainly would hurt. And Wraith King has an item coming. Should be a BKB soon, or he bought something. It's just the Mithril Hammer's on the ground. The recipe's on the ground. The Courier, though. Waterfuck is going to bring his first, interestingly enough. While this is all happening, there's a Smoke of the Sea gank coming to the bottom lane for Insane. Try to find Baby Cot.
Why is he buying a BKB?
Who, the Sniper?
Yeah, what does that do? They have Lasso and Fiend's Grip.
Static Storm, Ravage.
Does not matter.
I mean, I think this is a better item choice than what he's done previously, and I talked about it a lot, how, like, he's not building tankiness. Like, this is one of the only ways he's going to survive. With BKB into, like, a heart or something. And Vixator, they're going for the tier 3 tower. They have the Aegis. Assassinate is going to go. Will he rage it? Lasso back from Judo onto Kot. He's in trouble. Getting brought down very quickly. That's one kill already. Now without their IO, will they be able to take anything here? Meanwhile, Centaur's trying to take down that tier 2 mid. He does. He'll be able to keep you back home as well. He might try fighting this. Stampede is ready to go. We've already used Assassinate. Not enough mana to use it. Infest out. Stomp goes through. Vixator in trouble. There's the Ravage. Mjolnir procs up on Valkyria. That's Mantis. Stampede goes through. They're slowing. CY is up. There's the Aegis for Vixator. They're backing off now. They push him back. There's the stun coming through. Nice Force Staff. No rage. Can still be used. There it goes. Infest already used. Open Wounds to slow as well. Gush back now on the Wraith King. The fight continued to escalate. Fiend's Grip already used as well. Gets canceled immediately. Now Obi-Wan Banan in trouble. Stop with the Ghost Scepter on. Judo in trouble. He'll fall. They turn it around. Next.kz relocate in front. They can't find anybody else. A good defense for Next.kz. They turn it around. They push it back, and they get things going their way.
That was kind of an interesting fight. Here's the problem with ignoring the Wraith King. At some point, he does actually become a problem, and that problem is pretty much now. I mean, with the AC finished, the critical strike damage is actually a pretty big deal, so this is becoming a bit of an issue. They don't really have a lot of raw damage besides the Lifestealer, but I don't know. I think that it shouldn't be very hard for them to be able to maneuver this next fight.
Yeah, honestly, well, unless they do something like this, SC-47, nice shallow grave, staying alive for the time being. Valkyria has his Ankh, he's ready to go, Reincarnation's up, and he will fall. It's going to be a nice slow. Getting some lifesteal procs as well. Obi-Wan Banan, Nightmare on Waterfuck, and they need to take it away from him. BKB is up for Valkyria, going to town, Mjolnir procs as well. 1, 2, 3, Ghost Scepter goes, gets Force Staff back, and Vixator trying to go hard here on the Sniper. He's enfeebled, there's the last up as well. Valkyria about to fall for the second time. Wraith Fire Blast, shallow grave. Well played, but he still should go down here in a couple of seconds, trying to do what he can on CY. He does fall. Waterfucker going to town. The right click damage. Mjolnir procs, Maelstrom procs. Not enough. 3 down, 4 down. All of a sudden, they turn it around. Insane are going to march down that bottom lane and try to take this tier 3 and a set of racks.
There you go. I was saying, I mean, that fight worked out much better, much more how they expected. They got to use their abilities. This was a great Static Storm to be able to lock in a couple of heroes. Wisp deciding that he's just going to head up, try to push in the racks here. I don't think that's a bad choice. He can't really do anything by himself, so it's just fine. One thing I do want to note in the last fight, Lifestealer kind of screwed up his Infest going up the hill. He turned on the Armlet, then walked forward and infested. If you just keep it off, you get a lot more HP.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a misplay. It's okay, though.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
Still low.
And he's gone for a heart. I don't
Not
a fan of that at all.
Well, he's pretty tanky. I mean, he's got AC and a heart now. Not only does he have a ton of armor, he's got a ton of HP. It's going to be really tough to bring him down because, especially if Sniper gets enfeebled, it's going to be really hard to do the right click damage to lifesteal. They take a set of racks. The game's not over yet, but Insane, this is what we were talking about. They had that one bad fight down that bottom lane. They didn't lose too much for it because they had the Aegis. They'll back off now, and they'll make some decisions on what they want to do. They want to keep farming. I don't really think they need to, considering what Lifestealer has. He's about 6 slotted. Maybe bots, and then another item on top of that. Yeah, so he just needs... And he's got enough gold to buy something, maybe in an SMY at this extent. Obviously, we talked about Abyssal Blade and a Skull Basher, but we'll see if he goes for that. He'll sell his TP. Roshan suddenly up again already, interestingly enough.
Yeah, and that must have been a very short Roshan for it to already be back up. Like, I mean, I guess they walked right over there.
Yeah.
So I think that's...
I think it was 8 minutes. I mean, it has to be for how short that was, right?
Yeah, it was basically, I think, an 8 minute. Maybe a little bit different, but basically an 8-minute one.
Yeah. So this is Aegis now with bots on the Lifestealer here, so just needs one. Just needs one more one more item to finish things off. Cheese will be taken by the Bat Rider.
I think he probably at this point sells the armlet to buy something else. Okay, that was not a great glimpse. These glimpses post-pause have not been nearly as good as the ones pre-pause.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And it's tough, though. Just got to get back into it. Like I said, hand warmers might be nice. I don't really think that's going to really affect the glimpse, but they're going to march straight down mid. There's a tier 2 tower here that's not going to be defended while this is all happening. They're doing their best to try to push on the top and take it to tier 3 tower, which is low. There's no fortification for the Dire team. So, here we go.
Alright, well, Infest Bomb for top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They do have to be very careful here, though. If he dives in there without the rest of his team supporting, or they run into them while they're crossing the river, they could fairly easily get demolished.
Yeah.
Mantis, a little greedy, though.
Yeah, he's
Ooh,
way too far ahead. He has the reincarnation. He'll try to
Oh, that's
TP
not
out.
going to work.
Flame Break, yeah, he's dead. Infest out, there's the Blade Mail, not going to matter. There is the Rage Up. Judo taking a lot of damage, but there's the reincarnation. They're not going to try to fight this. They shouldn't anyways. Relocate's coming through. Nice relocate might help. Oh, glimpse backwards,
nice
but he BKB'd just to make sure. His turn radius real slow with the sticky napalm stack on him. Ghost Scepter, Fiend's Grip, now Wraith King in a heap of trouble. He is going to fall. Tidehunter grabbing that kill.
Well, the good news is when he's back up, he'll have that ulti again. Bad news is he's down for 65 seconds, and I expect Insane here will be knocking down a couple towers.
I absolutely agree with you. I think,
Hope so, anyway.
well, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't go for the tier 2 tower in the first place. I think they wanted to defend top. They get the kill on the Wraith King, that's great and all, but why are they backing up? I think they're doing a nice job split pushing, at least Next.kz is. Glimpse back? Glimpse him? Yeah. Kinetic Field. You're not going anywhere, Mr. Centaur War Runner. You're lassoed. They don't have a lot of right-click damage, but this should be enough to get the kill here for sure. And in fact, it seems like... Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Okay.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been neat.
Wow,
Radiant's
this
top
thought
tower is
farmed.
under
I guess that's
attack.
what happens when you're mid. But I think that with this this final Blink Dagger purchase, this is fine. He has a halberd as well. The utility of Blink becomes worth it at some point, especially when you're just trying to make team fights happen in the best of your ability. So earlier, I don't think it was necessary to get like first item, but I think still at some point you probably do want that.
Yeah, I mean, just to have better positioning, be able to catch people out. I mean, it's never a bad thing to have a Blink Dagger, so it definitely works in this scenario. Sniper goes for a Mask of Madness. Well, might as well, I guess. They're putting all their eggs in one basket. See if they can take Invictor down. Poison Touch is going to go. He has that Aegis, so even if they kill him, Lasso's gonna go. Reeves in some trouble now. Kinetic Field's up. Ravage gonna hit on everybody. Reeves dies instantaneously. CY backs off. Invictor still getting popped. Maelstrom charges are proccing. Invictor taking a lot of damage. He doesn't want to raise that Aegis. Nice Infest out again. He is on point every single time with those. Judo, Ghost Scepter, a lot of damage though from that Assassinate.
Another BKB.
Yeah, a little bit mistimed there from the Wraith King. He's enfeebled. He's trying to find a stun target. They're luring him back. They're trying to fight. Nice disjoint of the Hellfire Blast. There's the Fiend's Grip. They're turning this around to the backside. Here comes the Lifestealer. And there's the Wraith King. He has the Reincarnation, luckily, but now Waterfucker getting chased down. He needs to stay alive. He is their damage. There's the Reincarnation going. Waterfucker peeping Invictor. He has the Aegis. Keep that in mind. Static Storm's on the ground. Tanking it up is going to be the Wraith King enfeebled once more. Waterfucker looking to turn around. Ghost Scepter's going through. Big stop coming through from SC-47. They get the Disruptor. And Vixiter chasing down Waterfucker still alive. They're going to turn around. Shrapnel's up. Wraith Fire Blast. Can they get this kill? He's about to die and will. That's an unstoppable streak gone. Waterfucker getting the kill there. Now looking for more. They were trying to get the kill on the Tidehunter, but he got out in time. He TP'd away. A big turnaround. It's not over yet, mind you. Lifestealer's down for 69 seconds. He has buyback, obviously, but a good fight coming out for Next.kz.
Yeah, they weren't really able to connect with the sniper, and it was nice and all that they used lasso on Dazzle to be able to stop Grave, but I think you actually have to lasso either the sniper or maybe you could argue the Wisp, but I don't think Dazzle's the right choice.
Yeah, it just like it felt like, I mean, they realized that Dazzle's going to be the one keeping everybody alive that long these team fights, but then they waste that lasso on that hero and it just doesn't work out for them.
Yeah, I think you really need to lasso because like Sniper sitting in the back with a Mask of Madness will destroy your whole team very quickly.
Yeah, and he did. Well, to a certain extent. That was a long chase though, man. That escalated quickly. It went from their base all the way out to, you know, the trees here in the jungle, the beginnings of the Radiant jungle, if you would. So surprise, you know.
Well, We'll see, I guess, if Next.kz can battle back into it. Valkyrie's becoming the menace in the late game. I mean, they can't really afford to ignore him anymore now that he has all this damage, and we'll see if they're able to continue this. I mean, it's pretty even at this point, I think. I'm not sure there's a team that I actually favor. I think if the initiation goes well for Insane, it should be a fairly easy fight, but they sort of botched the last couple, so...
Well, they're going up high ground now. The only reason they got the high ground down bottom was because they had a huge team fight. No problem there, and that led to, obviously, a victory for them. But, you know, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility for Next.kz to win this game. It's definitely plausible. And we'll just see how it goes as we continue onward here. I mean, Waterfuck is actually getting 6-slotted himself. He needs to finish this Mantis tile. Oh, relocate top. They're going to try to go here. And Vixator, he's got a TP out. Headshot proc's not going. I think it is physical, so does that go through rage? It's the question. I think it does, right?
Yeah, it does. Still, it's like a bash.
So he had like 6 or 7 shots with Mask of Madness, and he didn't get 1 bash on the sniper.
RNG Gaming.
Yeah, seriously. So relocate is down for a bit of time. And,
Insane just going to keep pushing it here. I think that's probably the right choice. They've pretty much, like, Lifestealer's pretty much 6-slotted at this point, so you don't really gain too much from waiting, I don't think.
Yeah, they can't.
It's time.
They don't want to give Wraith King any more opportunities to get farm and to get back into this. And the only items they're going to get are for their supports, because like you said, 6-slotted Nakes, that's pretty much your carry doing work. So maybe a 4-step going to come through, maybe a Blink Dagger, and Maelstrom proc, Mjolnir.
They really don't want to go on.
That Blink Dagger, Judo was actually going to go there on Valkyrie. Instead, now he's going to try to find out Cot. He's in trouble. He already used his relocate, his buyback not available. Assassinate flies through. That'll be from the sniper, obviously, doing a bit of damage there, but they catch up the IO, which is okay, I suppose.
The Weave is actually doing tons of damage to them in the team fight as well. I mean, look, all of the damage is physical at this point from the Radiant, so once that Weave goes off, they are forced to back up until it's finished up, which is going to be in a couple of seconds here. Weaver threw it down, or God, I just called it Weaver. Dazzle threw down the Weave fairly aggressively, but now they don't have too long, and they're going to have to just move ahead again, I think. He just blinked that. That was sweet.
Yeah, that was nifty. Sniper bought a Daedalus, so he's got no money for buyback right now. The time is now for them to be able to try to win this game here. So
I don't think it gets better. I think they really just need to go now. I mean, they have Ravage, they have Disrupt their ulti. Weave goes down again, but at this point, like, there we go. They get an initiation.
SC-47 might have been a bit of a bait. Ravage is going to go through. Valkyrie getting hit up with that. SC-47 dies very quickly. That's not the initiation you want. His buyback is right. He might need to use it.
They need to go now, I think. Unfortunately, he used Ravage there. I think they thought the whole team was going to follow up. They do still have Fiend's Grip available, and wow, they're going to back up.
Yeah,
I don't think this game gets better for them, honestly.
I agree with you. Wraith King, like I said before, he's only going to get more items right now. Yes, they have a set of racks missing, but is that enough to really take the game? They're going to go back. Roshan's up in 15, so they might go for that. That's actually a very quick Roshan. Again, it's about 8 minutes and 15 seconds, obviously, so really good timing coming out. That's huge, actually, for Insane, because they have map coverage. They have control over the entire map. There's no way they're going to let this Roshan go, I think.
They might not even check it, though. I think it might take them a little bit to check it. We'll see if one of these supports rotates over there.
Yeah.
That was, again, a really fast Roshan. Oh, there we go. Bat sees it.
Yeah, sticking napalm strikes are going to just catch that out real quick. So,
pretty lucky for the Dire. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's about as lucky as you can get with 2 Roshes like that back-to-back.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. The Cheese, they used it rather quickly, so they weren't really able to use it in any of those big engagements. But I think they just need to do this. Like, the Radiant can't really bank on the fact that this is another really short Roshan. They're probably going to know here in a second now that their lanes aren't pushing in.
Yeah, but they can't. This is going to go down too fast. This is going to go down way too fast. So, Invixator is going to grab. Well, I don't know if he's got room for an Aegis. He might just give it to the Bat Rider. He's got the only one that has room here. Invixator sold something. What did he sell?
Roshan has fallen
You know what he
to the
sold?
dire.
The armlet.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine.
We both figured it out at the same time. Man, we're so good.
He sold something else, too.
Phase. He had Phase earlier that he bought into bots, but that was a while ago. I don't think he had anything else other than that. You know?
Maybe not. Maybe, yeah, because I'm just used to seeing him with the Aegis on, so. Well, they're going to go for another attempt here. They did get the 1 racks down. We'll see if they can get another one. Sniper quickly catching up in farm, so they're going to have to be careful here.
We'll see.
I think it's basically do or die at this point. We'll see if they can make it happen.
And Vixter
Wow.
getting blown up. Look at that damage sniper. The mech's going to keep him alive. Open wounds as well. BKB's going to fly. Lasso's up on Waterfucker. That's the target they needed.
God.
He is going to die. He has buyback over. There's the Infest out to get the Aunt going. Shallow Grave keeping Waterfucker alive, but just barely. Ravage is going to go. Shadow Wave glimpse back. They can't kill him yet. They finally do. And Vixter still has the Aegis up on him. SC-42. Sniper buys back. The Aegis about to go. Hellfire Blast. There's no armlet toggles left. Open wounds going, no, it was Rage instead. They get the Aegis gone. They have to buy back on the Sniper. He's back in the fight. Lasso's down. Ravage already used Blink forward. Hellfire Blast now on Vixiter. There's the Blink forward. Double Edge. He's taking a bit of damage. There's the cheese. He just used it. They've got to back off now. And Vixiter is still alive. Obi-Wan Banan, Forest Staff away. The Spirits may be enough. Reeves can't get there. There's the Weave. Assassinate already used. 2-second cooldown. Can they peep him is the question. There it goes. Obi-Wan Banan. He's going to go down. No, he nightmares himself. And Vixiter back in it. Waterfucker about to fall. The Shallow Grave keeping him alive right now. He will go down. And Vixiter, he does get stomped, but now they have no damage except for Valkyrie. Mantis trying to go to town and see why. Double Edge. Double kill for SC-47. 1-2-2 may be in trouble. Might go down. Open wounds. Invixiter's back in it. He bought back. He botsed in. Now 1-2-2 getting caught out of position. Hellfire Blast already used. There's Reincarnation used once more. This fight's going on for seemingly forever. Valkyrie getting glimpsed back. Mantis. He's in trouble. He gets bashed up. Abyssal Blade already used. Force Staff away. Gus further. He might fall here and will. And that should be it, I think. They'll take the tier 3. Maybe a set of racks. And maybe this should be GG, I think, at this point. No. Buyback. TP in. He cancels it.
Well, I think at this point, this is Insane should be able to knock down easily this set of racks. There's no more buyback. But now at the last engagement, here they go. They stun up Inquisitor. They want to move forward. There's the Rage. He's right-clicking down. The Wraith King trying to come back in. There's just not enough damage for them to bring down this massive life stealer. There's the Fiend Script on the other damage dealer. He's going to go down. Down goes the second Rax. Another 2 buybacks. Both the Dazzle and the Centaur coming back, but the damage has been done. 2 Raxes down. Can they come back from this? No Lasso, no Ravage, no ultis alive, but they still have a massive life stealer. We'll see if he has enough. Nice Ghost Scepter, he's going to get out of there. Urn goes off. Blade Mail as well. Now, they're going to try to bring down the Centaur again. If he dies again, I don't think they can defend. And now Life Stealer has decided it's time to leave. But no! He is stomped. He's going to go down. He just fought back. Down goes the A-Blade, but he falls anyway. And now I think the only choice for Next.kz is to just charge down middle and hope for the best.
Yeah, they drew the line. Waterfucker says, let's go. There's 109 seconds without this Life Stealer. We can do this. We don't need anybody really to defend. Well, maybe we do, but we've got to get down there. We've got to take this tier 3. We've got to take this Rex as well. It's do or die, I think. Waterfucker's going to push out bottom real quick. They're pushing out mid, which is the lane that has a set of Rex down as well. What a fight, though. They fought back continuously, eventually getting the Life Stealer with him dying, with him buying back. He's down for quite a while. Bat will buy back, but really the problem is the Life Stealer.
They've got a couple
That's true.
ultis.
That's true.
It might be enough.
Waterfucker's not with them, though.
One Rax at this point is not that bad. Like, if they lose 1 Rax and that's all that happens, it's not bad. If they lose 1 Rax and all of their heroes, then the game might just be over and Next.kz somehow might win this.
Yeah.
Now, oh, the Wisp is going to bring in Waterfucker.
They're relocating, I think, soon. Yeah, they go now. Nightmare's up on SC-47. The tier 3 tower taking a bit of harass. Fortification's gonna fly. CY waiting for the right opportunity. They might just stave this off. They might just wait. Wait until the Nyx is back up. They might have to go for the throne here if you're Next.kz. Relocate brings the IO back down to that bottom lane. So he is alone. This is a 4 versus 4 engagement right now. TP coming through. It's bots for the IO. Just kidding. I thought he was gone. The Rax is gone. They might try to go for top now. It might be 2 Raxes versus 2 Raxes. It looks like it will. They're not going to go for the GG. Instead, the tier 3 falling low. The Rax is falling low as well. They're doing this. They're going to tie the game right up. Waterfucker, a glass cannon with that Mask of Madness continuing to go and continuing to pelt the buildings. Juno looking for a proper engagement. Firefly is going. They're backing off. They stampede away. This game is not over yet.
And with the Life Stealer down, they don't have the damage to go through these huge tanky heroes like the Centaur, like the Wraith King, and those might not be your priorities, but you've got to kill them at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now he's back up. Are they just going to respond with another huge push down middle? What does the buyback situation look like?
I'll check.
Well, the Dire have 2 buybacks, and no one on the Radiant is even close.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they just try to go down middle and take another one. I'm not sure.
I think
It looks like they might just farm up. I don't honestly. I'm not sure what the right decision at this point is.
for either team, really, yeah.
Yeah, for either team. This is when the game gets really dicey. This is when experience really matters. And I mean, Insane is definitely a much newer team here. So we'll see if they're able to really bring this one to a close.
Okay, nice pickup for the Lifestealer, going for that Talisman of Evasion, realizing the massive damage is going to be coming from Waterfuck in the right click. That is a huge pickup. 25% evasion might just win them this game. Still, though, they tied it up with the Raxes. Manta Style now done for the Sniper. No buyback, obviously. Already used it. They're going to smoke up. I like this decision. They want to be aggressive. They're going to go out with their guns blazing, whether they win or lose, excuse me. It's going to end soon, certainly soon, if they can find a pickoff here, or if they get caught out in a bad position. One way or another, it should end, unless they stay mid, or they just don't find a pickoff. Everyone's traveling together on the other side of things for Insane. They're going up top, they're going to scout out the Lifestealer. They might head that direction, but they decide to push up the lane instead. So I guess I spoke too soon.
I think they were hoping that Insane were going to just ram down middle and get the jump on them.
Yeah.
They're hiding behind the creep wave. Unfortunately, Insane knows that they really want to get this last lane of racks. Getting the mega creeps online is a fairly big deal. The only lane that's pushing in for them is top, so I think this is the right choice. Buybacks are coming up soon, though.
I mean, it's not an issue to get for 2 sets of racks, it seems like, for Next.kz, but a third set of racks down is, I think, it's maybe too much to overcome.
It basically means they can't, like, it's hard for them, it's a lot harder for them to leave their base, and there's a lot more entry points for them to literally just come into the base, so it's much harder to defend. And at this point, like, with Mega Creeps up, this tower will probably die fairly shortly, and then it's just a matter of them getting in there and being able to actually kill the throne. But what a game after an hour-long pause.
I guess they're delivering what we deserve, I suppose, or because this game has earned it. So I'm not going to complain, man. I mean, like, it's a fun one. Another smoke coming up, this time from Next.kz once more.
I think now they're looking for some sort of pickoff. They're also worried about Roshan at this point, about to come up. We'll see how long it is.
They might just do one of these things here, but that would be... Okay, that's not a line, whatever. But you understand.
I think they're looking... Roche coming up here would be ideal, but they're going to run right in the Tidehunter. He blinks away.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Are they going to fight this? Stampede's going to go. They get cut off, though, with, of course, Kinetic Field. Now on the backside, Judo last wing up Waterfaka, Shallow Grave a little early. Ghost Scepter's up, Ravage gets away with the tether and the relocate coming through. Waterfaka gets A-bladed. They can't afford to let him go down. He Manta Style is up, they're backing off. Wraith King trying to go to town. Now, Invixator, he gets A-bladed. He's in trouble. He might fall down. Invixator trying to stay alive as much as possible. He has open moves. He can't use it. Does he have buyback? No. Yes, he does. He does have buyback. He just used it. He's back in the game. I got really excited for a second, but apparently he had buyback, so they're ready to fight again.
I'm not sure he should have bought back there. I think maybe you wait a little bit and try to bait them into pushing into your base and then buy back, but they might have decided that's just much too dangerous. But now they're rotating towards Roshan. Fortunately for the Dire, this is not a quick one. The luck is not with the Radiant. Still another minute on that. Relatively quick. I think it looks like the Radiant still might be able to secure this. I think the Aegis is much more beneficial for the Radiant. Like, they're trying to just withstand in the longest team fight possible to make it happen for them. The Aegis helps them a lot. For the Dire, they're just, all their eggs are in the Lifestealer basket. He's the only way for them to kill any of these heroes.
Yeah, and it's becoming more and more apparent, though, that he is not going to carry as hard as Waterfaka is right now. And
Sniper, man.
Yeah. I like
this late, Sniper's horrifying. He might be a terrible hero, but if the game takes 60 minutes, he dishes out the damage.
I think he's a great hero right now with Take Aim. I think he's just so damn strong. And I think, unless you're getting ganked early on, there's not much you could do later on in the game. So, this is... this is a close game, guys.
It's really close. I mean, it's all going to come down to these engagements. Do they get the Disruptor ulti off? Do they get the Ravage off? If they get the Disruptor ulti off before the BKBs, the game might just end. I mean, the problem is they're going to have to kill Valkyrie twice. He has a ton of health. He's been a huge problem now in these later team fights. And now Roshan has spawned. Are the teams going to fight over this?
They need to, I think. This should be it. Firefly is scouting things out.
I think the Dire just can't afford to really let this Roche go. The Radiant, I'm not sure how much it actually matters.
I think honestly, I think this would be a huge victory for Next.kz if they could take this. They're not going to have an Aegis on Sniper, though, unless he sells, like, his phase boots, which, honestly, I would be okay if he did. He might need move speed, though. I could also say, though, first of all, that's a refresher up on Disruptor, which is a huge pickup. But also, the relocating that last flight coming out from the IO to get the Sniper out of there was one of the best things, because he relocated him out of that last, or at least away from it, and away from the team fight, but the Nancy came through and... Oh, the Tidehunter is here alone. He blinks in. That is the most aggressive blink I've ever seen from a Tidehunter in this scenario. They have
He was hoping to catch him in there. Yeah. You can easily catch them with the Ravage before they get a chance to BKB, and if you do that, then probably the fight spirals out of control for you. Both teams very, very, very much so wanting this Roshan. Shrapnel going in, check that. And the Dire, their base is pushing in top. They might have to rotate a hero out.
Yeah, I was just about to
say that.
really
bad.
Yeah. It's not pushing in bottom just yet, but top they have to rotate the Tidehunter up. Now this is your opportunity. Next.kz are rotating over to the Roche pit here right now, and relocate down bottom for Kot just to make sure that they push that out. They're using relocate. That might be questionable. Coming through, Batrider, he's got the Infest Bomb, Mask of Madness, the Bone 7 build. Blink Dagger cut off because of the Maelstrom proc. Shiva's guard away. Valkyrie getting caught out now.
Whoa.
Ghost Scepter's going through. That's done. Invixator, he's in trouble. He's getting caught out with a lot of right clicks. Disruptor ultimate coming through. There's the Ravage as well. Reeves in trouble. Waterfucker taking a lot of damage. Valkyrie still has the Aegis, or the Ankh, excuse me. CY taking the right click damage as well. The 2 Disruptor ults doing work. CY about to fall for the Maelstrom proc. There's the Hellfire Blast. Invixator is going down. They're turning it around. CY buys back, but he can't do anything. Obi-Wan Banana takes an assassinate to the back of the head and gets peeped with a double kill from Sniper. They're going to take the Aegis, and this might be GG, or at least the last set of racks, because the Lifestealer is down for 108 seconds.
The throne is exposed for the Radiant, though.
Oh, man. Okay, maybe I spoke
Throne
too soon.
is exposed. It's really hard to say. The problem is they let the Sniper sit all the way in the back. It's great to kill those tanky heroes after you've killed the Sniper. You cannot let him sit there. He's bought a Divine Rapier.
Nice.
It's time for this game to end.
Yeah, it's going on too long. Waterfaka, he's going to start doing some damage here. He was already doing damage before, but now it's just getting unreal. So Waterfuck is going to push straight down mid. They're going to go for the tier 4 towers, and this is going to be it. 75 seconds for this Lifestealer to be down. Batrider, he does not have enough gold for a buyback here, so he'll be down for 20 seconds. That's not nearly as bad. Necrobook level 2, purchased up with bots as well for the Disruptor. He's going to try to go for this. Kotz is here, but he can't do this alone. Kinetic Field's going to come up. This is a base race right now. The tier 4s are falling. Disruptor cannot get there in time. This should be the throne. CY's got to do what he can right now, but he can't really do much here. There's the fortification flying through. TP's going to come back in, this time from Kot. Last up on Valkyrie. The Agent falling low. There's no way it's going to be a base race. Waterfaka and Next.kz take game number 1.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. I mean, we waited long enough for that. We had an hour-long game, an hour-long pause. And in the end, Next.kz showing that their late-game lineup is much better than a single Lifestealer. And I think perhaps the inexperience of Insane showing through a bit. The buybacks were definitely not perfect for a Lifestealer. Very aggressively buying back. And in that last one, it might have been what did it. I mean, he didn't really do anything with that buyback. It was kind of just to scare them, but I'm not sure you can actually afford that.
That was, what can you say about that, other than just, what a game. We're gonna take a quick break here. We're gonna jump into game 2 in just a couple of moments here. I can't find my mouse cursor. That's great. We'll be right back, guys. Stick around, everybody.